Are you ready for a new kind of factory building and automation game like Satisfactory? How about one set in space, spanning multiple planets with fully customizable ships and servers where up to 1,000 players can meet online? Then you will want to keep an eye on Spacecraft. Spacecraft is currently in development by Shiro Games, and they invited me to talk with them at Gamescom while they showcase a demo. I joined Nicolas Cannasse, game director and CEO of Shiro Games, and as a big fan of automation and factory building games, I was excited to learn more. The story of Spacecraft is set in a sci-fi universe. Humanity discovered an artifact which turned out to be a self-replicating war machine. After a century-long conflict, these entities had nearly wiped the humans out, but a coded transmission from a distant galaxy revealed the coordinates to a hidden portal. In one final act of hope, the survivors escaped through it, arriving in an uncharted galaxy that could hold the key to humanity's survival. The game transitions seamlessly from spaceflight down to the planet's surface. Scanning reveals your first resources, which you'll mine by hand, or in this case, by ship. For the objective we need 8 iron and 8 copper to craft a Scanalyzer Alpha and install it on our ship. Permits act as your tech tree. For example, we'll need the Modular Systems permit to unlock certain services at the trade station. Next, we process resources. At the smelter, iron and copper are refined into ingots. At the workshop, those ingots become iron sheets and wire. From there, we craft a small module kit, and finally, the Scanalyzer Alpha. The ship customization system already gives a glimpse of the possibilities. You can design entirely new ships from scratch, buy blueprints, or, as in our case, add the Scanalyzer Alpha we just built. Up to this point, everything is done by hand, but the core of an automation game is moving from manual labor to fully automated systems. The demo gave me a taste of this. I saw a factory with miners, smelters, solar panels and other structures, all working together. Now, let's build another smelter. Opening the building menu shows the structures currently available, such as an assembler, extractor, landing pad, pylon, shipyard, smelter, solar panel, standalone foundations, and warehouse. Once a building is placed, you can dive into its settings. For example, a smelter can be set to produce iron ingots. This is one of the first steps towards automation. And instead of belts, Spacecraft uses drones to transport goods between buildings. Unfortunately, this part wasn't fully showcased in the demo. Let's return to shipbuilding, because this looks like one of the major features of the game. Every part of your ship is customizable, from hull and engines to weapons, landing gear, tools and accessories. You can design ships for combat, mining, cargo hauling, exploration or hybrid roles. But you always need to balance requirements like power generation and heat dissipation. Since Spacecraft is multiplayer, I asked game director Nicolas Cannasse whether we will be able to build ships with multiple player seats. This won't be available in early access, but it is something they are considering for the full release. What you can do is make use of another player's ship if you are in the same corporation. Yes, this means you can make your own clan, or in this case a corporation, to work together with other players. Speaking of multiplayer, Spacecraft is not just a co-op experience. I asked how many people could play together and was surprised when Nicolas said servers may support up to 1,000 players. While that number isn't final, it gives you an idea of the scale they are aiming for. So with servers that large and ability to build combat ships, you might wonder, is there PvP? The answer is no. PvE will play a significant role, but PvP, if it comes at all, will be highly restricted, possibly limited to special areas or toggle options, but in early access there will be no PvP. I also asked whether Shiro Games plans to take a Game Master approach on servers, guiding players like a D&D Dungeon Master. For early access, the answer is no. The servers will run freely without intervention. But Nicolas hinted they may explore that idea later if it turns out to enhance the experience. My final thoughts on Spacecraft. After experiencing the Spacecraft demo at Gamescom and speaking with game director Nicolas Cannasse, I am convinced this title has the potential to stand alongside the giants of the automation genre. The combination of expansive intergalactic factory building, ship construction and online collaboration feels both ambitious and exciting. If the final game delivers on the promise shown in the demo, Spacecraft could very well become the next must-play automation experience. Spacecraft is planned to launch later this year in early access on Steam.